Hi, you're watching GetGabbin, this is Arrux, and today we're going to be looking at something interesting that's been changed in 7.1, and that's the changes made to Alcaz Island. So what you want to do is you want to go to Kalimdor, get on your mount, bomb it over to Theramore, and then just go across the way to Alcaz Island. So as you're flying over, just when you get near the island, you get dismounted by some bastard with an anti-aircraft gun. That's a bit of a pain, and if you're a poor bastard like me who can't be bothered to go and get the water walking mount, yeah, you're going to have to swim the rest of the way, which sucks. So when arriving, there's a little matey on the pier called Clint, and he's not having a good time. Well, to be fair, he did roll a gnome, so I can relate to that. But basically, he came over because he's a sucker, wanted to be best mates with Dr. Evil, and then they both got drunk and did some things that they shouldn't have, and now he's filled with regret and shame. Or maybe he's just upset because when he was flying over, he got dismounted by those anti-aircraft bastards. So anyway, the island itself is full of fucking mobs and shit that just wants to kill you all the time. You got these little sentry guys posted everywhere that just shoot you all the fucking time. You've got big old robots that are just wandering around, and there's fucking loads of them, and they hit hard as well and have 9 million health. You've got these little shacks that are full of gnomes, and the gnomes throw goo at you, and then if you get 10 stacks of said goo, it'll just instantly kill you. And then even worse, while you're wandering around in the pathways outside, there's just random hidden mines that pop out of nowhere and basically one-shot you. Yeah, that's just crazy annoying as well. So anyway, when you're coming up from the dock up the main pathway, the road splits into two. If you go to the left path, you'll reach a singular shack right at the end of the road. When you get to the shack, you'll find a bunch of mobs. They've got bugger all health, so you can nuke them down, but there are quite a few of them, so it might take you a little while. But here you'll find one of 3 brand new tameable mechanical spiders. The first one's the copper one. It's worth noting that in order to tame any spiders on this island, you need to go and get an electrified key from Dr. Weevil, but we'll cover that later. There's not a lot else up the top of this hill, apart from a fuckload of robots and cannons and mines and various other shit that kills you. So basically what you want to do next is mount up, fly back to your nearest town like Theramore, jump into the inn, have a little sit down, and then log that character the fuck out. Next, you want to make a brand new character. You want to set to a rogue, you want to just fucking click randomize and call it something appropriate like fuck Alcaz. Next, you want to skip that cutscene, nobody wants to watch it. Open up your heirlooms UI, conjure all the fucking heirlooms you want. Just go and equip everything, trinkets, weapons, you know, everything. Go and kill lots of things, complete quests, and level about 100 odd times. And then come back to the island as a fully leveled rogue. And then you can now appropriately explore the island without getting shit on. Fuck. Anyway, if you take the right hand path, you'll have an area where there's 3 shacks, loads of patrolling mobs, and there's a little tunnel thing. In both the left and the right shack, you'll just find them to be full of gnomes. These are the gnomes that I mentioned earlier that give you a debuff that will kill you if you get to 10 stacks. You know, you've got some normal gnomes, some little babby gnomes, and then you've got some little globules that are basically named former intern, which is actually quite funny and quite disturbing at the same time. If you exit the shack and then just kind of move over to the middle area, you'll find a little tunnel. Follow the tunnel all the way down, try and evade as many mobs in here as possible. They're the annoying kind, the ones that hit hard and the ones that have 9 million health. Yeah, you're just going to have to run past them. Taking a right and then going inside the watery tunnel bit will take you out the other side, very similar to the tunnel system in Outland where Maev's been captured. And then in the left prison here, you'll find the second mechanical spider, the silver one. Slightly further up from the main camp area, you'll find this little tower up the hill. On the way to the tower, you'll find again patrolling mobs, the big turrets that shoot you, as well as a shitload of mines. So you want to just kind of either blitz through it with a group or just try and avoid as much as possible. Inside the tower, you'll find a third and final arachnid, and it's the golden one. Be warned that inside the tower there are extra turrets that will kick your ass as soon as you walk in the door, so that's always fun to contend with. In the middle hut in the main village area, you'll find loads of gnomes on the ground floor, and in the second room you'll find a new colour variation of the mechanical guard dog pet. Yeah, again, this guy is tameable. He's the 4th and final tameable pet on the island, but he hits like an absolute truck and will kick your ass as soon as you go in that room, so just be very, very careful. And upstairs in the same house you'll find the gnome, the myth, the legend, Dr. Weevil himself. Now he's 112, you can do him with like maybe 2 or 3 people. His standard attacks don't really do too much damage, although he does do an ability that one-shots you if you're not careful. I didn't quite work out how to avoid it, but I mean, I only did this like once or twice. He's on a 10 minutes cooldown, and like we said before, he drops the electrified key that allows you to tame the spiders on the island. He also has a low chance to drop a toy called the Big Red Ray Gun. Now this thing makes all your battle pets like massive, so yeah, you can have fun with that. Not 100% drop rate. The 2 times that I killed him didn't drop, so I mean, you know, we just have to wait and see. And that's about it for Alcaz Island. Not a lot of content here, but still quite a really nice change to have something extra to go and do, and as well for Blizzard revisiting old areas. It's really nice. The only problem is the island's full of death all the time. You just do nothing but die. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.